Welcome to the powerful season finale of The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw, where we will take a look and reflect back on some very important episodes. Tonight's show will be a celebration of leadership, courage, creativity, and the strength that binds our communities together. Tonight, we're shining a light on the voices that inspire change and the stories that touch our hearts. We'll explore the true meaning of community leadership and how ordinary people are making extraordinary differences. We'll discuss the importance of suicide awareness, reminding everyone that hope and help are always within reach. We'll be uplifted by the talent and journey of a Grammy-nominated artist, proving that perseverance and purpose can turn pain into art. We'll dive into topics that save lives like water safety, breast cancer awareness, and the fight against bullying. Because education and compassion are keys to prevention. And we'll also discuss the world of legality, including a paralegal advocating for justice and a published author using words to empower and heal. Tonight isn't just about conversation, it's about connection, courage, and community. So stay tuned because the finale is more than an ending. It's a reminder that every act of awareness, kindness, and leadership brings us closer to a safer, stronger, and more compassionate world. Welcome to the show, The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw, the show that is dedicated to inspire and uplift audiences by sharing positive stories, fostering meaningful conversations, and promoting a sense of hope and connection within the community. I am your host, Latosha Esaw, and tonight we'll celebrate the season finale as we reflect back on our very first episode. Community leadership. True leadership isn't about titles or recognition. It's about service. It's about stepping up when others step back. Across communities, leaders are bridging divides, inspiring young people, and standing strong in the face of challenges. Whether it's organizing food drives, mentoring youth, or leading awareness walks, leaders turn compassion into action. That remind us that one person can indeed make a difference. So tonight we salute those who lead, not for fame, but for purpose. Let's take a look at an amazing and local community leader who works diligently within the community and with our youth. Thank you for staying tuned as we come to the final discussion about community leadership. So let's dive in and talk about your nonprofit organization, Giving a Child a Dream Foundation. What inspired you to become a founder of this organization, and what are its core values?
When I was young, growing up, running the streets, I had so many friends that lost their lives, but what was left was their kids. You know what I mean? So it was like, what about the kids? You know what I mean? So it's touchy, but it's needed. You know what I mean? So walking down those aisles, and then you looking at these little babies and their mama or their daddy not coming back home. You know what I mean? So like, let's do something for the kids. You know what I mean? So actually, when my foundation started, it started just to be a organization for kids where parents have been affected or lost by gun violence or incarceration.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But as we grew and as we begin to get more, you know, we realized that it just wasn't those kids that needed the help. You know what I mean? It was other kids that just needed a safe place as well. So we opened up that safe place for all the kids and for the parents. And I thank God, you know, it's doing it's doing numbers that I thought would never. I mean, you know, it's touching lives, and everybody don't realize that when you can change somebody's life, you know, that's when you living. You know what I mean?
Yes. What are your biggest challenges that your organization face, say, on a daily basis, like?
Funding.
Funding?
Funding. Let's talk about that. Funding, finances.
Okay.
But at the same time, you keep going.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, when we started with the center this year in Roosevelt Gardens,
Yes.
the center was closed so long.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And every manager heard about me. They came to me. I like, first thing y'all got to do, y'all got something that I don't have. Y'all got a building.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, let's clean this building out. So Ms. Mink was able to clean the building out. You know, she said she reached out to some people. They promised her chairs. You know, she said she reached out to the school. She reached out to the police department. Nobody never gave her no chairs. So I made some phone calls, and I was able to get chairs and tables in there. It was a challenge because when we started there, you had kids in the 5th and 4th grade that was coming to the center that couldn't read "duh" and simple words in the 4th and 5th grade.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I thank God for the Boys and Girls Club, Ms. Laura. You know what I mean? They was there and some other people that came along and helped us and partnered with us. My job, Family Solutions. You know, my director, Lamika, you know what I mean? And some of our managers, they came, I had to let them see. I was like, I want y'all to see that these kids are struggling reading. Mm-hmm. And the kids just needed somebody to encourage, not to laugh at them because they couldn't read.
Yes.
They just needed somebody to take a little time out with them because they couldn't read. And when we finished, you had those kids being able to read comfortably. And it's still going on right now. We got, I thank God for Maroon Innovations, Miss Baraka Cheeseburger. You know, she's got the mobile reading mobile, and she partnered with us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And she came and she helped the kids with their reading. So, you know, God, like I said, you know, the funding was a challenge, but then God sent help. So it's God.
Awesome. What is the primary message that you would like to convey within the local youth as it pertains to your organization?
Don't be no follower. Be a leader.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The jailhouse is real. The graveyard is real.
Yes.
You know, success is real too.
Absolutely.
You know, I used to play sports, football, my thing. I used to make the paper, but I never had nobody to push me to the next level.
Yes.
So when I got on the block, I would come and show my friends, hey man, look, I'm in the newspaper for running football. But guess what? They had the same broken down dreams. Nobody took that chance with them. So they didn't encourage me no more. You know, they kind of made them a little sour. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand that until I started being around them more. Oh, this guy got talent. He was more talented than me.
Yes.
You know, so when I graduated at South Carolina State, I watched one of my classmates get drafted, Javon Hargrave.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And he was a free agent at first. Pittsburgh Steelers that got him. And then Philadelphia Eagles at Lightning, they gave him a deal. And San Francisco gave him $84 million.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And he was right there in class with me. We used to be in class sleeping together because I don't work all third shift. And they had early morning practices, you know what I mean? So whoever wake up first be laughing at the next person. So if they woke up before I did, they laughing at me because I'm back there to knock out.
Yes.
And if I wake up before them, I'm laughing at them because they up there to knock out.
Yes.
So being close around things gets you closer to your dreams.
Absolutely. And lastly, how can someone reach out to you or the Giving a Child a Dream Foundation?
Okay. Well, if they want to, they can feel free to call me 803 308 7550. That's 803 308 7550. You can call me. Check us out on Facebook, Giving a Child a Dream Foundation. That's GIVING, A Child a Dream Foundation. You know, and we here. I mean, come on and help us. We need help. And we're not selfish.
Yes.
You know, I'm not just tied to Orangeburg. We working on some stuff. Allendale, we found out today that Allendale is one of the most underserved counties without food.
Wow.
The kids of food, you know, there's a shortage.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working on doing some things down in Allendale with the youth as well.
That's awesome. Honoring and recognizing community leadership is very important because it opens the door of hope and healing within the community. As I discussed the importance of hope and healing, music also has the power to heal, unite, and empower. As we continue to celebrate the season finale, let's take a look back at the incredible achievements of Grammy-nominated artist Hank Bilal, who raises his voice through music interpretation that inspires and bridges people together. From songs about encouragement and resilience to anthems for change, his music reminds us that art has power, the power to touch souls and start movements. Behind every note and melody lies a message that no matter who you are or where you come from, your voice matters. Let's take a look.
When the people are looking for, entertainment, I get overlooked, a lot. So, but I say that this only inspires me to really be on my game,
Yes.
When I get overlooked, all the no's I heard over the years, it only inspired me to just, step up, and say, what is it that I could work on, just so people, don't even, that can put past that, it's not their everyday instrument.
Yes, well, I do know my favorite band, Earth, Wind, and Fire, they always incorporate the phoenix horn and the brass instruments into their music. So I would personally say it's not overlooked if you connect with bands and musicians that want that sound interpreted in their music.
True.
Do you have a personal philosophy about what music should communicate to listeners? And how do you prepare mentally and physically before a performance or a recording session?
I say they should be able to understand. They should be able to connect. They should be able to be left with a good memory at the end of the show. At the end of the show, they want to go home, talking about it, or, calling their friends, be like, hey, y'all missed out. I just heard this trombone player and he was bad,
Yes, yes. Okay. And having said that, don't go away. We'll be right back with more from Mr. Hank Bilal. If you're looking for a YouTube channel that serves as a vibrant source of encouragement, inspiration, and empowerment for viewers from all walks of life, subscribe to The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw, where we strive to paint positive conversational art with you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for staying tuned as we come to the final discussion about a truly gifted musician and trombonist. So let's get right back to it. What was your reaction when you learned about your Grammy nomination, and where were you when you got this news? And what does it mean to you personally and professionally to be recognized with a Grammy nomination?
Well, actually, I was in school teaching my kids. Well, actually, we might have been rehearsed. I think we either was rehearsing for an event. Well, for one, I teach at a Catholic school in Columbia, St. Martin de Porres.
Yes.
So every Thursday we have mass, and if I'm not doing mass with them in the church, and I'm rehearsing with them in the church. So it could have been between. I remember being in the church, and I told my kids, and then they got really excited when I told them. So we either could have been rehearsing, or either we just finished doing the mass right before that. But yeah, it was very exciting news. It's one of the biggest accomplishments, for a musician. It's just like another, different, occupations have these certificates, this, that, and the third, and I feel like that's one of the things, for a musician to get.
Absolutely. And your South Carolina's very own Grammy nominated. Can you talk about the specific project, album, or performance that earned you the Grammy nomination, and what made it special, or what was the vision behind it? Were there any unique challenges you faced while bringing this project to life, either musically or personally, I should say?
Well, the song was Keep Holding On, featuring saxophonist Gerald Albright, which was our first song I did with him. We also did another song later on, but this song was I recorded this song actually some years ago, and I had just released it as a single. A lot of things had happened in between because I did the recording, then the pandemic had happened.
Yes.
So the pandemic caused a lot of people going in different directions. So by the time I could release a single, it was in 2022.
Yes.
Around the spring of 2022, maybe March or April or something like that. And the song was on jazz radio.
Yeah.
It was on a few stations named, WCLK, Clark Atlanta, WVAS, radio stations all over the nation, all over the world played the song, but I had no idea it was going to do as good as it did, because it didn't do as good as I wanted to do in smooth jazz. In smooth jazz, I was at least trying to, make the top 30 Billboard or whatever. It didn't quite happen the way I wanted it to happen, but I was recognized on a just as high level, or if not a higher level, or whatever. And it definitely shaped my musical career, and people have more respect for the trombone now. The fact that I guess I have to work harder than what everybody else has to work.
Yes. As we've acknowledged and discovered that community leadership grants one the opportunity and the courage to stand up, speak out, and make a difference where it's needed most, true leaders don't wait for change. They create it. They bring people together, lift up others, and build bridges of hope in times of struggle. Leadership is not just about titles or positions. It's about compassion, commitment, and the willingness to serve. And just as leadership strengthens our communities, music heals our souls. Music speaks when words fail. It comforts the broken, inspires the lost, I should say, and unites people across every boundary. It reminds us that even in pain, there can be beauty. Even in darkness, there can be light. And with that being stated, we'll be right back after the break. It is time to put down those electronic devices and pick up a book. If you're looking for a YouTube channel that helps you discover the joy of reading, where every episode brings books to life, sparks imagination, and inspires a lifelong love for literature, subscribe to Blanche's Book Club, where you control the narrative by submitting your favorite book to read as it is selected to be uploaded to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Welcome back to the show. So far, I've discussed the importance of community leadership and how music has the power to heal. As I continue to celebrate the season finale, let's take a look at an inspiring entrepreneur, published author, and paralegal. As I segue to the importance of awareness issues, anti-bullying, and water safety, let's take a look back and review these videos. To my next question, as it pertains to working under a strict deadline, how do you manage work balance life As I digress or segue to the next topic about dedicating the time to write a children's book in your work balance life. Now, what inspired you to become a published author, and how do you manage the time to write and publish your amazing children's book?
When I go home, I turn into a completely different person.
Yes.
I believe that I have superpowers myself. So when we leave the office, right, we become super mom. And my inspiration for the book is solely based upon my childhood and my children. Seeing them grow, seeing them enjoy life and learn and things of that nature. I say, you know what, I got to write about this. I had a knack for niche for writing ever since I was young. Middle school, I wrote poetry. You know, I won a few little poetry contests and things like that. So the writer in me was always dormant, right?
Yeah.
It's just after becoming a mom, it just flourished, you know.
As you've just witnessed the importance of a paralegal's role within the legal system and what can inspire an individual to become a published author as well as an entrepreneur. Within all of these roles, it represents a multifaceted professional who not only thrives in the world of law, literature, and business, but also grants this individual the opportunity to raise her voice and influence to promote vital causes that impact lives every day. The advocacy for water safety underscores the importance of education and prevention, teaching families and communities how to protect themselves and others from tragic accidents that can be avoided with awareness and proper training. By championing breast cancer awareness, they help empower individuals, especially women, to prioritize their health, understand the value of early detection, and support those battling the disease. The stance against bullying promotes kindness, empathy, and inclusion, reminding society that words and actions carry great power to either uplift or destroy. Through suicide prevention efforts, this would bring attention to the silent struggles so many individuals face, encouraging open dialogue, compassion, and access to help before it's too late. Altogether, through the impact of leadership, this embodies advocacy and leaders to capture the essence of community service, combining expertise with knowledge, creativity, and the entrepreneurial spirit to inspire hope, foster change, and save lives. Having said that, don't go away. We'll be right back. Do you have a story that you would like to share, or a wonderful idea that you would like for us to cover? And if you would like to be a guest on The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw, then make your way to all of my social media platforms. I can be reached on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. The names of all of my social media platforms are displayed in this non-commercial advertisement. So please send in those direct messages. And while you're at it, don't forget to go to YouTube to subscribe, like, and share the following YouTube channels: The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw and Blanche's Book Club, the YouTube channel that is dedicated to help you discover the joy of picking up a book to read and encouraging you to put down those electronic devices while you control the narrative of the book club's platform by submitting in your favorite book to read, as it is selected to be uploaded to the YouTube channel. And as always, at The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw, we would love to create, draw, and paint positive conversational art with you. Feel free to reach out via email at theartofconversationwle@gmail.com. Our positive conversational art tools would love to see you soon. Thank you so much for staying tuned, as I am just about out of time for today. As we close for the season finale, we will reflect back on the importance of awareness issues as well as anti-bullying. Let's take a look at these videos. September is recognized as Suicide Prevention Month, a time set aside to raise awareness, to honor those that we have lost, to support those who are struggling, and to remind each other that every life matters. Suicide is a subject that can be difficult to talk about, but it is a reality that touches families, communities, and people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life. Each year, thousands of lives are lost, and behind each of those numbers are lost loved ones, stories, and dreams that are often left unfinished. But alongside the pain, there is also hope because suicide is preventable. This month challenges us to break the silence and the stigma that too often surrounds mental health. It challenges us to open the door of honesty and to engage in compassionate conversations. It reminds us that reaching out, listening without judgment, and connecting people with resources can truly make the difference between despair and hope, between isolation and connection, and sometimes between life and death. Over the course of today's program, we will view videos, from suicide attempt survivors, discover the importance of mental health professionals, and recognize advocates who are working vigorously to bring awareness, education, and promoting a sense of hope and healing while shedding light upon this sensitive topic about suicide and why each and every voice is valuable. Their experiences and expertise remind us that no one has to suffer in silence and that help is always within reach. And to anyone watching who may be struggling, please hear this and allow this message to resonate from within. You are not alone. Your life has value, your story matters, and there is support available. Lastly, if you are someone that you know or love is in a crisis, please call or text 988 to connect with the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Someone is there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, ready to listen and to help. So as we begin this program, let us open our hearts, set aside judgment, and step into this conversation with courage and compassion as we shine a light on awareness, healing, and hope. Welcome to the show, The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw, the show that is dedicated to inspire and uplift audiences by sharing positive stories, fostering meaningful conversations, and promoting a sense of hope and connection within the community. I am your host, Latosha Esaw, and today's topic will focus on the importance of water safety and competency. So you may ask yourself, what exactly is water safety and competency? Water safety and competency means having the ability to anticipate, avoid, and survive common water-related emergencies. It's a combination of being knowledgeable of water safety, swimming skills, and rapid decision making. You don't have to be an excellent or expert swimmer, but you should be able to have the swimming capabilities of doing things such as treading in the water, floating, and being able to swim in a short distance. These swimming skills are crucial for water safety and confidence, as well as being foundational for the enjoyment of aquatic activities, as these very same swimming skills are proven to be highly beneficial as it pertains to various life-saving situations. As you've just witnessed, bullying comes in many forms, and not all of them are easy to see. Verbal bullying uses words to wound, such as name calling, insults, and threats that can damage a person's self-worth. Nonverbal bullying communicates cruelty without even speaking. It can be a glare, an eye roll, or a mocking gesture that can make someone feel unwelcome. Physical bullying is a type of bullying that leaves bruises, shoves, slaps, and assaults that are meant to intimidate and harm someone. And this physical pain may cause emotional trauma that can last a lifetime. While social bullying is the quiet kind, it excludes someone on purpose, spreads false statements or rumors about someone, or even turns family and friends against each other. And the most recent is cyberbullying. This form of bullying hides behind the screens with hateful messages, public shaming, and anonymous attacks that can follow someone to the privacy of their own home, and it can be used to taunt someone anytime and anywhere. Nonetheless, each type of bullying is different, and the pain that it may cause is real. October marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as it is a time dedicated to educating, empowering, and supporting individuals and families impacted by this disease. Breast cancer is one of the most common cancers worldwide, affecting both women and men. As raising awareness is essential in the fight to save lives, this month serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of early detection through regular screenings, mammograms, and self-examinations, as these steps significantly increase the chances of successful treatment and recovery. It is also a time to honor the strength and resilience of survivors, to remember and celebrate the lives of those who have been lost, and to stand in solidarity with those who are currently in the fight. Beyond the statistics, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is about fostering compassion, breaking down stigma, and encouraging open conversations that lead to greater understanding and support. By spreading knowledge and uniting communities, this movement inspires hope, advances research, and reminds us all that together we can work toward a future where breast cancer can no longer affect or claim lives. Tonight, we will focus on this topic as it touches millions of lives across the world. Breast cancer awareness. This conversation is about more than just statistics. It's about education, prevention, early detection, and support for those fighting this disease. Breast cancer awareness empowers individuals to take charge of their health through regular screenings, healthy lifestyle habits, and self-examinations, while also uniting communities to provide strength, hope, and resources. Together, we can spread knowledge, break the silence, and remind everyone that early action can save lives. Well, that is all for today's show. As we close out this incredible first season, we're reminded that true community leadership begins with compassion and the courage to make a difference. From the healing power of music shared by our Grammy-nominated artists to the dedication of our paralegal, published author, and entrepreneur. Each story, showed how purpose can inspire change. Together, we can raise awareness for suicide prevention, breast cancer, bullying, and water safety. These are all issues that touch lives every day. So let's continue to lead with love, lift each other up, and use our voices to create a safer, stronger, and a more hopeful world. Share your story. Go to the Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw YouTube channel and write in the comments section below about how tonight's powerful conversation has inspired you to raise awareness, get involved, and be the change that your community needs. Hashtag The Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw. I would like to thank all of my viewers for joining and investing in your own learning experience. This show has covered the importance of leadership, creativity, justice, safety, awareness, and hope. These are the cornerstones that enable us to create and shape a better world. As we end this first season, let's carry these lessons with us. Lead with love, create with purpose, advocate for justice, protect life, speak kindness, support awareness, and above all, never stop believing in the power of one person to make a difference. And as always, at the Art of Conversation with Latosha Esaw, we would love to create, draw, and paint all aspects of positive conversational art with you. Our positive conversational art tools would love to see you soon in episode 1, season 2.